Hey everybody, this is JFM. Today I present something really cool. It's a prototype of a portable turntable setup called the L1 or Little One, made by Scratch Illuminati. It's actually a modular Scratch system, and the maker Scratch Illuminati reached out to me to test this particular version because this has a looping section built in, and actually it's a real honor for me being able to test this piece of gear. So this project is made by a guy who really loves turntablism scene and portablism scene and the whole DIY thing, and you really get it when you test this product and you hold it in your hands, you know. He told me that his attempt is to see how serious of a turntable he can make in a portable format. So this is really, it feels not like a toy, it's a real solid piece of gear. He actually made some PTO1 modifications himself if you check his earlier Facebook posts, but yeah, you see with this the attempt is to build a real strong instrument instead of just making some plastic mods and yeah, building a real instrument instead of a toy actually. Also, what's really cool about this turntable unit is built completely from scratch. So even the motor in the turntable, the tone arm, the electronics, everything he built himself. So the concept is modular, which means you have a separate mixer unit and a separate turntable unit. You could, you know, if you're left-handed, right-handed, you can switch that over. And also he made drawings of different mixer units. So this one, like I said, is for live looping. It has, in this case, an iPod with a looper app in there. Also he has made a DVS version, and he's also planning to do a regular you know, battle mixer style with 2 line faders and a crossfader on the bottom. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea also to have maybe different price ranges of mixer modules that you can add, or just buying the turntable and using it with another fader box or something like that. And also, yeah, it sits in the frame really cool and solid, and yeah, it weighs quite a bit, but it's not too heavy to carry around, you know. So I think that's a really cool balance between not being too lightweight as a toy, but also solid enough to stand stable, but also not being too heavy as a big turntable. You know, you still want to be portable. The turntable unit itself is pretty small, as you can see here, compared to the Numark TT500, but the thing is really stable and solid. When I first saw the tone arm, I thought it would be cooler, you know, if the whole system was removable, because I like to use Concord needles. But he told me that the whole design was especially made for 7 inches, and he took a lot of time to engineer this tone arm to have like the perfect position for the needle. So if you see here, the angles are not really adjustable, but it's just because he made this in a little angle. So this is really the ideal position for the system. He told me if you give the people too much opportunity to, you know, screw around and change the angle, yeah, actually you make it worse, because there is an ideal position for this small type of record, and for this M447 system. So as I used it, it's very, very solid, you know. Even, for example, I can show you the most bent record that I have. It works perfect with this. You know, I like the sounds on this record, but the copy that I got is so bent that I can't even use it on my TT500 without the needle skipping everywhere. And yeah, this one is so solid. It really sits in there and it almost never skips. But of course, if in doubt, always use Portable Melodies records. I heard they're pretty good. So let's talk about the mixer section. Right here there's an aux input where I can for example put the sampler in there or whatever other source you have for audio material. This little switch here can put the aux input either directly to the master output or put it through the looper. For example, if you use the sampler for finger drumming, you can record finger drumming to the looper and also scratch some tones with the turntable and yeah, combine like this. For example, this beat I have on there, there's the drums that I made with the sampler, and there are some melodies I scratched on top. Yeah, in here that's an iPod. It's connected right here. Of course, I think he would be able to make other cutouts for different models of phones or whatever. But yeah, in this case it's an iPod and it really works pretty good. Of course he didn't design the Looper app, you know, I would have different ideas for Looper apps. But yeah, with this it's pretty handy to use. So this button actually, you know, activates the connection to the phone or to the iPod. So I keep it always turned on because I use it for looping. Then here you have the crossfader unit. In this model right now that's a nano fader. I think that's an open source thing that you can get online and yeah, build it yourself. And in here you have a button to cut the low frequencies from the turntable. So on the turntable side you got the start and stop button, the tone arm with actually counterweight that's also a little bit adjustable. Then here you have a switch for 45 and 32. You have a pitch fader, I think it's maybe plus minus 10, but I'm not sure. I didn't test it because there's nothing written on here, you know. Then you have this little light that you can switch off and on. And yeah, on the back you have the outputs that you have to connect to the mixer. So it's not hardwired, but it's better this way because it's modular, you know, you can just carry the wire with you and then connect it the way you want it. For example, I used to put my chaos pad in between here just to have an extra adjustment for the level and stuff like this. Because this is a prototype, it's not perfect, it's not completed yet. But yeah, for example, what I would wish was on there was at least two little gain knobs to adjust the gain of the record and also of the aux input. Because sometimes if you use different records or some records, the loudness, you know, it's the gain in the different instrument parts, for example, they are not always equal. So you might have, you know, the drums not loud enough or the bass line too loud or stuff like that, you know. And if you had a little gain knob here, you could adjust it by just while you record the whole loop and everything. So what's also cool about this app, you can actually save the loops that you make. So I can just show you a few of my loops that I previously recorded. And you can just mute certain parts by clicking on them, and then you can freestyle on top, you know. Actually, that one was made using my first record, the red one. So like I said, the whole thing is very stable, really solid. I really like it. And I really wish that I could keep this actually, but I have to send it back to him, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope you guys also like this, the way it looks, and I'm sure if you have one day the chance to test it, you will also really enjoy it. I hope one day this will come out as a product somewhere, you know, to really buy it, but right now it's a long way to go. And what I really appreciated about Scratch Illuminati, that is he's putting a lot of love in this project. And he said for him this is not about you know, earning a lot and making a big business out of it, but he just wanted to have this project to show what you can do with a portable turntable. And I think that's his first goal. So please check out Scratch Illuminati's Facebook page and subscribe to get new updates on the project and new stuff he builds with it. And also I made a demo video using this L1 with the looper that you can find on his channel. In this demo video I just used my record Portable Melodies Volume 2 that I also really recommend if you want to do portable melodic scratch music. Also, if you like this review, subscribe to my channel, because I will post more reviews like this in the future for different products. But also, you know, I make records myself. Also on my channel I post performance videos that I do with these records that I made. For example, my latest record is Portable Melodies Jazzy Cuts. That's the third one from the series. A 12-inch record has way more sounds, you know, than the 7 inches, but yeah, it's also really cool. I hope you check it out. So see you next time.